This reaction video features Dimash in a context that I haven't really seen before, and I learned a lot, especially about his storytelling abilities. You're gonna love this one. Let's go. Wow. Okay, I'm going to pause right there because there's a lot going on. He's doing so many phrases through the breath. Like I think he's going to breathe when he keeps going that he makes it hard to figure out where to pause here. I've never seen him in this context, I don't think. I'm trying to remember where he's in a studio, but it's still kind of a music video. So it's still a performance. It's actually kind of a strange setting to be in. But as you would expect, as always, he kills it. He's just amazing. I'm so glad there's English translations underneath because it just allows me to immerse a bit more in the story and understand potentially some of the decisions that Dimash has made. So this onset, this very first sound that he makes, let's just listen again. Nothing. I can't see anything. And listen to that tone quality. It's very, very breathy. Like his vocal folds are barely coming together. There's a wispiness in there. It's airy. It's almost misty, right? I can't see anything. This idea of crying potentially. There's a mistiness. There's a real sadness here. And he keeps that going for a while. What's this going to do? It's going to make the times later on in the song when he's singing full out even better. We get that nice contrast. Crying, yes. Yeah, you can even hear it on the tailing end of each note. There's a bit of vibrato in there, and then on that, he really just faded as much as he possibly could. This is pianissimo singing. So on your sheet music, it would say P, and then there'd be another P. That means as soft as you possibly can. Interesting. So right there, it actually... he went up and then his voice went down, but the instrument kept that same pitch. And it actually sounded like he was harmonizing with himself for a second. It's kind of a cool effect. I'm really loving that wispiness all the way through his voice. Everything he's doing so far, it's just got that, it's like a hissing line all the way through. It's very emotional. This is from the Tokyo Jazz Festival 2021. So I'm a little bit behind on the times, but that's okay. Oh, there's even kind of in that wispiness that I keep talking about, there's even like a kind of a scratchy high sound. If you listen really closely at the end, or what we would call the offset of this note. So the offset is when you kind of stop singing. The onset obviously is when you start singing. But there's almost like a scratchiness happening. Listen to this. Yeah, like a real kind of hiss, trying to evoke these feelings of sadness. Don't go. I'm crying. I'm lost without you. But there's a hint of happiness in there too, because you're talking about the happiness you feel and the warmth of their touch. Music, or at least good music, is very rarely ever one-dimensional. It's never one singular emotion. That would be kind of boring. And if you think about life and love lost and all these things that we face as human beings, it's never one-dimensional. There are so many different layers to emotion. And so your singing has to also have different layers of emotion. Oof. Again, he's not really giving me any places to interject here. And as always with these reaction videos, feel free at the end to go watch this in its entirety. The purpose of this video is to offer some commentary and some of my thoughts and feedback on this performance, so you can enjoy it, hopefully, a little bit better because you understand maybe what's going on a bit more. There's also a thing called copyright, and myself and everybody else on YouTube and the rest of the internet that does these kinds of videos, the purpose is for us to offer feedback and follow the rules of copyright. So falling under what is called fair use, which means you transform the video enough that it's its own piece of work. So as much as I'd love to listen to it in its entirety and offer feedback and commentary at the end, it doesn't really work that way. Full credit goes to Dimash and the songwriters and everything. I'm here to offer my own 2 cents. And one other thing that I can offer here is I'm getting a side of Dimash's voice that is not unfamiliar, but certainly a pleasant surprise. Dimash as a singer, as a performer, has such a shock value because he's able to sing with such a wide range in different vocal registers, and he does it with relative ease, and it sounds absolutely fantastic. In this performance, I'm getting more of a sensitive Dimash, and while yes, he is showing off some range and going in different registers of his voice, I'm not really focusing on that. I almost don't even notice it because there's just such an ease and a seamlessness in his singing. And I'm finding that he's making a really nice professional decision here to let the music and the words speak for themselves. He's just the vessel of this story. Just his face and the way that he's approaching some of these notes and phrases, there's a real calmness and ease here. He's not trying to do too much. He's just letting the music do its thing. And always, he's never afraid to just let the jaw relax, open the mouth. That's really how he's able to get such nice clarity and ease on a lot of his high notes. When he flips up into his falsetto, that's a different register, so he is working in a different way. But when he's singing high in his chest voice or his mixed belt head voice, there's a lot of work that has to go into it. And one thing singers can't do is get in their own way. So one thing that he's doing is just opening the mouth nice and wide. There's a lot of height in those vowels, as you can see right there on his face. To let as much space come in as possible. It gives the high notes a lot more ease, and it just sounds good. Interesting ending. Very interesting ending. It's almost like he wanted to portray that he's gotten so caught up in this outward expression of emotion, singing really high volume, lots of intensity, and then kind of catches himself. And then he goes into that humming kind of sound. Because he's singing, please, please don't go away. Let's always stay like this forever. And then there's a shift, and maybe it's an accepting of your situation, of your fate. Don't really know. But it was certainly a nice change, and I like this context. It's kind of cool to have a music video when you're in the studio and you're singing. I was able to see Dimash up close and personal, and he's a good storyteller.